Hello, coolers. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We are going to begin with Robert Lewandowski, who have recently opened up about his future at Barcelona, saying that as long as possible. Then secondly, talking about this transfer rumor, claiming that Barca could revisit their interest in this Manchester City loanee, Joao Cancelo, in the summer. We are also going to be discussing more on that report as we progress. So callers, as we get right into those stories, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you are just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Robert Lewandowski's controversial move from Bayern Munich in the summer raised a few eyebrows within the European crowd. Moving to Catalonia at the ripe age of 34, many doubted the Pole's decision to join the team in rebuild, especially leaving the star-studded Bayern side. 20 games into the season, Lewy is La Liga's top goalscorer with 15 goals and has also provided 5 assists. The statistics is even more impressive since he was banned for 3 games for a red card and inappropriate action towards the referee. The veteran's form has seen a slight dip after the World Cup, but has not been accompanied by a lack of goals. His threat in the opposition boxes in recent games has been significantly lower than at the beginning of the season, yet he has scored 2 goals in his last 3 matches. Lewandowski gave a lengthy interview with Barca magazine earlier this week, where he spoke in length about a plethora of club-related topics, including his future. Here we are going to be discussing on the expectations from the team this season. He said, "We must believe that everything is possible, but it is still too early to think about the 2 titles. In the league, we are in a good position, but we still have many games left, and we must show that we can do better than in the games we have won." On the Copa del Rey, he said, "Our goal is to reach the final, but first we must eliminate Real Madrid in the semi-final. For us, the most important game to win must be the next one. We are not thinking about what will happen at the end of the season." On the Champions League elimination, he said, "In the first part of the season, the 5 or 6 injuries we suffered complicated things for us. We have a very young staff and it was an experience for everyone. It was hard for us, especially in the Champions League, where small mistakes can sometimes have a high cost." On the Europa League elimination, he said, "It was a very close tie in the both matches. In Manchester United, we had the opportunity to tie in the second half, although United attacked us and pushed us harder. Now we are focused on the league and the cup." On the future of Barca DNA, he said, "I know that by Barca's DNA, we must always look for a good game. We must also understand that soccer is changing. For example, Barca's game of 10 years ago might not work now. We must adapt to soccer and teach the best we have." On the need to adapt in today's game, he said, "You have to find the perfect situation for the place where you are and for the football of the moment. Football is not now as it was 10 or 15 years ago. The tiki-taka might not work today. You have to find the balance and the perfect solution between the players you have and the soccer of the moment." On whether Xavi's 4 midfield setup benefited him, he said, "It's not about the tactic we use or the game system. In modern football, you must know how to adapt to any system." On his versatility, he said, "You have to know what to do on the pitch depending on the tactic you are using. It is very important to adapt and know how to move in each system. It hasn't been a problem for me because I'm used to playing on all systems." On what makes Xavi a great coach, Lewandowski said, "He was a very great player and played as a midfielder, so he saw the field from a central perspective. That's why he is able to see many things, how to play with the ball, how to play without it." On Xavi as manager, he said, "He always tells us that we should be able to change the dynamics of the game, that we don't have to wait for the break to change some things. From the tactical side, he is very clear about that, about what we should do, and as a coach, he adds value to his words, which makes the players listen to him and understand him." On the importance of a strong defense, Lewandowski said, "Our way of playing in defense is very good, and it is clear that we have very good players in that position. A secure defense facilitates goals because it's okay if we try new things. We are not afraid to risk and try to find a solution of attack." On the young stars, he said, "We have very young players with enormous potential and experience. At this age, it is very important to have minutes of play, although they always want more. On the need to balance experience and on the other hand, the balance between young people and experts is important in a team, and we have it. It is also important not to set very high expectations on them because in the long term, it can harm them." On guiding the youngsters, he said, "I try to help my teammates not only with goals, but also with my behavior and my mentality, giving them my point of view of the matches. Sometimes I see situations that I can change. Young players not only work on the field, they also do it in their heads, and that's very good." On silencing his critics with numbers, he said, "I have never thought this way. For my part, I have always been well focused on many people who believe that I cannot achieve the goals that I set for myself." Then on to the next story of discussion. There is no doubt that Barcelona are set to enter the market for a new right back this coming summer. Despite the contract extension of Sergio Roberto, the club are without a proper right back who can establish himself as a first-team regular in the years to come. This has insinuated the need for a new right back, with the likes of Joan Foyt and Diogo Dalot already on the list. According to Albert Monso on Sport, another option has emerged in the market for Barca in the form of Joao Cancelo. The Manchester City fullback, currently on loan at Bayern, was notably linked with a move to Barca in the January transfer window. But the transfer did not materialize due to the club's economic situation. While the situation is not likely to improve in the coming summer, it appears club president Joan Laporta is willing to make some adjustments in order to increase Barca's powers in the transfer market. Cancelo, in fact, could be a more gettable option for Barcelona than Dalot and Foyt, both of whom are key assets to their respective clubs. The Portuguese international, in contrast, had a falling out at Man City prior to his clone move to Bayern Munich. Even if in Germany, Cancelo has fallen out of favor under Julian Nagelsmann recently, notably starting the Champions League game against Paris Saint-Germain on the bench. Bayern bosses have indicated that the defender will be returned to Etihad at the end of the season. Man City in turn are expected to sanction the exit of Cancelo as they look to recoup some €65 million that they spent on the player. Another loan exit could also be possible, and this is where Barca could enter the picture. Barca would be in a good position to sign the former Valencia starlet, who is represented by Jorge Mendes. The Portuguese super agent shares an excellent relationship with Laporta, and their connection could work in their favor. The Catalans have in recent times specialized in loan deals and free transfers, and Cancelo could be a genuine option in the market thanks to the presence of Mendes and the Portuguese right-back's solid relationship with Pep Guardiola at Man City. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.